Wow.
Welcome back to the Chicago Pen Show After Dark. We're playing 20 questions with.
Me. I'm Kirk Speer, also known as Nibwolf, also the guy that runs Pen Realm.
All right, let's get into the questions. When I say fountain pen, what pen do you think of?
The ones that have the ink in it that write with them. So, but really, mine is the Pilot Custom 67.
All right. How did you get into pens?
So I actually walked into an antique store one day and I found a Parker 51 for $5. I didn't know anything about fountain pens. I just knew that it was one. Took a risk, bought it, and that got me hooked.
My first pen was Parker 21. So.
Yeah, nice.
Vintage Parkers are the best.
Yeah, they are.
You've already said what your first pen was. What's your current daily driver?
Well, the one I'm currently using right now, I have a lot of pens. So this is a Mont Blanc Great Gatsby. So,
what nib's in it?
What nib? It's got a gold nib. So this one is just a 14 karat fine.
Oh. What's your favorite ink?
My favorite ink is Erosh's. Actually, my favorite ink is Ackerman Israel Sea Blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite brand of either pens or ink?
Well, pens or? Oh, that's a good question. So, favorite brand of ink is Iroshizuku inks.
Yeah.
So, and then his favorite brand of pens, I waffle between Pilot and Mont Blancs.
Both are excellent. Vintage or modern?
Yes.
Yes. Same. Do you swatch all your inks?
I've started to swatch them, but not really.
Do you daily drive the same ink and pen combination, or do you switch it up?
I probably switch pens more than most people. I have a large collection, so I don't really track my pens and my inks.
Okay. Do you keep your writing samples so you know how every pen writes, or do you just know the nib in every pen?
So for that, I mean, I may not know how every pen that I have writes, but I do have the luxury of picking a pen and making it write the way I want it to write.
That's
so
you do have that benefit in life.
I do have that benefit, so I can cheat. If I can't find one quick enough, I will make one.
What's a pen you wish you could see in person?
Pen I wish I could see in person? I wrote this down. Oh, I did not write this down. I forgot this question. I didn't answer it. Pen I wish I could see in person. Now I have to think, and that's slow. My processor is really slow.
It's okay.
So
I get
apologize.
that. I edit.
Yeah. So probably, man, I've seen so many pens. There's not many I have not seen. So I guess I'm going to have to say that I've had the great benefit of seeing all the most beautiful pens that I could think to see.
What pen would you recommend to a beginner?
To a beginner, that's another good question that I failed to write down in my thing. But
I'm sure you sell a lot of beginner pens.
I do sell a lot of beginner pens. You know, the standard answers are TWSBI Ecos, Pilot Metropolitans, Lamy Safaris. I do like the Lamy Safari for if you have struggle with grip and don't really know how to grip a fountain pen. It helps orientate it. The TWSBI Eco T also has a more triangulated grip. That being said, some people have very unique grips that don't match to that, and so you want to be able to have a rounded grip. But really, I think the main thing is to try a pen to find the right size grip and style for you.
Okay. What ink would you recommend for beginner?
You have to have a bottle of Iroshizuku ink. That's period, end of story. If your pen doesn't write well with Iroshizuku ink, you know you have a problem with your pen or nib or your feed. Versus most any other inks, they could be part of the culprit.
Yep. What advice do you have for somebody wanting to try out fountain pens who might be a bit intimidated by them?
So I would tell them to go and find a pen club or find a pen show or an event where people are using pens and kind of visit with them. You'll find that people are very friendly. You'll make some quick friends, and they will let you try out their pens. And in doing so, you'll be able to quickly see the vast variety of pens and styles, and you'll get a good chance to find the right pin for you and not, you know, a lot of people make the mistake of buying every first pin they read about on a video or whatever, and before they actually have one in person, and then, you know, you've spent a lot of money on maybe a lot of pins that you don't necessarily like.
What filling mechanism do you think is the most interesting, regardless of if you like to use it or not?
So the most interesting one, and I have one of these pins. It's called it's a battery filler pin, and so the way it works is it's a World War II era pin, and it has a little battery, and you fill the reservoir with water, and you put this battery, and it's not like a traditional battery like you think. It's not doesn't have current.
Okay.
So it just basically has like a reserve of diluted solvent of some sort, and it converts the water into ink inside the pin. I haven't personally used this pin because I only have one battery, and I don't want to ruin it or damage it before I try it out. So I'm waiting till I can find a second one to try it out.
Okay. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
But that's super cool.
It's pretty cool.
What size of nib do you prefer to write with?
I write really small, so I use ultra extra fines, needle points, posting nibs like that.
That way you did a mini stub for Esterbrook?
Well, that's why I originally did the needle point for Esterbrook first, but then also I think that's why they picked me for the mini stub as well.
Is there a style of nib you love or find interesting but would never actually use?
Double broads, triple broads. I mean, they're cool, and they show off ink really well, but they're just too big for me.
Fair enough. Do you always use the same paper? If so, what paper?
I don't always use the same paper, but probably most commonly I use Kokuyo and Marmon paper,
Okay.
but I do like Tomo River and a bunch of other papers.
Okay. What is your least favorite ink or ink color family?
I'd have to say, well, probably like the really faded yellows and stuff that you can't really see, and then additionally glitter inks that really like clog up your pen and don't they just don't make your pen write so nice sometimes.
Yes. I only use glitter in certain pens.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And on that note, if you ever bring me a pen for custom grinding, please try not to put glitter ink in it.
Nothing I'm bringing tomorrow has had glitter in it.
This is for your benefit, not mine.
Thanks for playing 20 questions.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you.